Today we review the real deal behind Niva Bupa Reassure 3.0. No eyes glinting praises that sound like poetry about brands and plans. Because people like us don't want fluffy features. We want the real deal. Hi, this is Mahavir Chopra, CEO founder at Beshak, India's only independent insurance research platform. In this video, we will look at the key highlights of this specific plan. We'll also understand the fine print behind these key highlights. We will then do a quick roll call of all the core benefits of this plan. And last, we will do a comparison with similar products in the market which have similar features. The comparison will not only be about products, but key metrics and price. And finally, I will share my verdict. So Niva Bupa's latest plan, Reassure 3.0, might as well be called the Sab Kuch plan. It aims at covering absolutely everything a common man wishes in his dreams. You get unlimited cover while your premium stays the same forever. Covers all your medicines, protects you against every disease, including existing ones, from day zero, and also works outside India. Let's start with understanding the 6 key highlights of this product one by one. Highlight number 1, Infinite Sum Insured. Yes, this plan offers an infinite sum insured, which means that while all other plans would have given you a cover of 5 lakh, 10 lakh, or maybe even 1 crore, this plan has an infinite sum insured option, basically, which means that there is no limit to how much you can claim in a year or over years. The interesting part is that it comes at a very, very cheap price, almost half the price of another plan that also offers infinite cover. The pricing is great, but there is a catch that we will talk about at the end of this video. Highlight number 2, zero waiting period for around 145 listed diseases. Some of these are shown on this screen right now. This is another great feature that allows you to cover your pre-existing diseases from day one. The insurer has currently listed around 145 illnesses like diabetes, asthma, hypertension, depression, gastritis, anxiety, which can be covered from day one. You just have to pay extra premium per disease and you can remove the standard waiting period of 3 years from these specific diseases and make it covered from day one. The important fine print in this is that this is, of course, subject to the insurer's approval. You will have to fill a proposal form and the insurer may approve or not approve the cover from day one. 2, this list is of course subject to change. So do check the latest list before you end up buying this plan. Highlight number 3, lock the clock. Now usually as your age progresses, health insurance premiums rise. This is something that people often complain about, that I have not made a claim, then why did my premiums rise? In the higher versions of this plan, you don't age in the eyes of the insurer by this feature called lock and clock. Your age will be locked when you buy the policy and you will pay the premium for that age even when you grow older until you make a claim. Only once you make a claim, then the regular premiums for your real age would apply. Here's a quick fine print that you should be aware of. If the premium grid for your plan for your frozen age changes, then your premium will change. Let me give you an example. Say you're buying this when you are 32. Now you will continue paying what a 32-year-old pays during renewals. But say the premium grid for all 32-year-olds for this plan increases, then you will also pay the increased premium. Before we move to the other 3 features, the other 3 highlights that I want to discuss with you, let me explain you what is Beshak. Beshak is India's only independent insurance platform that connects you to the right experts, real industry experts from the market. These are not freshers, these are not call center folks, these are actual experts with real experience helping customers with products and most importantly claims. If at any point in time you're worried or overwhelmed about the features that we're discussing and you find it very complicated, I would suggest that you best consult one of our experts on the platform. You just have to go to beshak.org and click on book a call with an expert and set up a call and they will help you thereon. Okay, moving on to the remaining 3 highlights of the plan. The next highlight is called Borderless. While India has really good healthcare, there are a lot of people who want to travel abroad for complicated treatment. In the higher versions of this plan, you can add a cover which will allow you to travel abroad for treatment. Let's understand the pricing of this add-on quickly with an example. See, Mr. Kumar is 30-year-old and is covering himself, his wife and a kid for, let's say, 10 lakhs health insurance, let's say in the elite plan. The regular premium for this plan would be around 12,000. For another rupees 8,700, Mr. Kumar can get a borderless cover for the same 10 lakh. Yes, of course, it sounds expensive and it is expensive, but then the cover is also international. Okay, let's move to the fifth highlight of this product. It's called Well Consult. It's basically an OPD rider that most insurance companies have now started providing, catering to the demand of most customers, which is basically saying that I want health insurance that is more than covering hospitalization expenses. In this product, you can opt for 1 to 5x of your premium as your OPD cover. Let's understand the pricing of this rider with the same example of Mr. Kumar. Mr. Kumar is a 30-year-old who's covering himself, his wife and one kid, and let's say he's paying a premium of 25,000 rupees and he opts for 5x cover for OPD. The premium that he will have to pay will be close to around 6,000 rupees. I think 6,000 rupees as a premium to get an OPD rider which covers you for regular prescribed medicines, prescribed medical tests and doctor consultations is not bad. The only condition you must know about this specific rider is that insurance company is encouraging you to go cashless with this rider. In case you go for reimbursement, then you will have to pay 20% of the cost from your pocket. Basically, you'll have to pay 20% copay. Okay, and the sixth highlight of this product, it's called the Niva Bupa One membership. Basically, it is an executive health checkup with almost close to 24 tests, and this includes some really expensive tests like sonography, treadmill tests, and I think colonoscopy and mammogram and also PSA. This add-on for the same family, Mr. Kumar's family, will cost around 1,800 rupees. This is definitely a good add-on to go for, but as per various reports, only 10 to 20% people actually end up utilizing a free medical checkup. So this is a good deal only if you're sure you will actually utilize this feature. Now we will do a quick roll call on the core features in this plan. This we will go quickly because these are basically features that you expect out of any comprehensive plan in the market. So the first one is room rent limit. So this product has 4 variants and each variant basically maps you to a kind of room you typically would be choosing. You could choose the classic plan, which will basically give you the general ward as an option. If you choose basically the select option, then they will allow you to basically use the shared room option. And over and above that, there would be a plan which is called the elite plan, which allows you to use all kinds of rooms except the suite room in the hospital. And then there is a black plan which allows you to use all rooms including suite. Usually looking at the price, I would choose an elite or a black plan because it will allow me to choose any kind of room and I can avoid the proportionate deductions in case the cheaper rooms are not available. Second, surgery limits. There are no surgery limits. Organ donor, are there any limits? No, there are no limits. Modern treatments, there are no limits for the elite and the black plan. But if you choose the cheaper plans, then there is a very stringent 1 lakh rupees limit for modern treatments. And hence you should be very aware if you're buying the cheaper plans. Restoration as a feature, yes, the best in class, which covers most use cases, is something that is available in this plan. The waiting periods in this plan are all standard waiting periods, from the 30-day waiting period to the 2 years waiting period for specified illnesses and the 3-year waiting period for PEDs. But there is one important fine print you must know for this plan. This plan does not have any mention of daycare procedures. Usually, most comprehensive plans beyond covering the 24 hours plus treatments now also cover all procedures that take less than 24 hours, particularly due to advancements in medical science. This is what we call the daycare treatment. Niva as an insurance company has taken a very different route to covering daycare procedures. Instead of daycare procedures, it's covering something which is called hospitalizations above 2 hours. This basically should cover all daycare treatments. But look, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not really sure if there can be a daycare procedure with hospitalization that is less than 2 hours and hence not covered under the Niva Bupa plan. So you need to understand that if you are opting for this plan, then you may not get a cover of daycare procedures that start from, let's say, 0 hours to 2 hours. Okay, so now we've understood the 6 key highlights. We've also done a roll call of all the important core features. Now let's look at the pricing. So let's look at the same example of Mr. Kumar, who's 30-year-old and basically is covering himself, his wife, and a small kid, right? What would be the premium if they choose unlimited sum insured for all the 4 variants? So the classic variant, which covers you for general ward, the premium including GST would be 19,879. For the select plan, which covers you for twin sharing rooms, it will basically be 22,843. For the elite plan, all except suite rooms are covered under the elite plan. The premium would be 25,979 rupees. And for the all supreme, the black plan, which covers all kinds of rooms, the premium would be 30,014. So 30014 would be the premium. All these premiums are including GST. So basically, if you look at it, you're choosing a general ward kind of plan where you can only choose the general ward. The premium would be around 20,000 rupees and the range goes to about 30,000 rupees where you can choose any kind of room and you get all the key benefits without any restrictions in this plan. So we've completed understanding all the key features that differentiate this plan from the market. We've also understood and done a roll call on all the core features. We understood the pricing difference between the different plans. What we also need to go through is what is the performance of Niva Bupa on key claim performance metrics. And that's what I'm going to take next. So quickly, these basic metrics are metrics that we've taken over a weighted average for the last 5 years performance on claims. The first metric is the claim settlement in 30 days ratio. This basically is a metric that tells you how many claims were settled in the first 30 days by the insurance company. The ratio here that I'm seeing is 99.68%, which means that it's a fairly good performance in terms of settling claims in the first 30 days. The second ratio is the incurred claim ratio. This is a ratio which tells you what is the amount of premium an insurance company is charging and what percentage of that goes into claims. The ratio for Niva Bupa for the last 5 years as a weighted average is 59.54%. This is quite low in my comparison because it basically tells you either the premiums of this company are very high or basically the claim payouts are very low compared to the premium that it's collecting. Now, the premiums of Niva Bupa usually are quite low compared to the other competitors it has in the market. The third ratio is the claim complaints ratio, which tells you basically that how many complaints is the insurance company receiving for 10,000 claims. The ratio for Niva Bupa for the last 5 years approximately is 42.92. This definitely is on the higher side when I compare it to its competitors. The last one is claim rejection ratio, which tells you what percentage of claims is an insurance company rejecting over a period of, again, 5 years, like I said. In this case, the ratio is 8%. 8.05% claims are rejected by Niva Bupa over a period of time. Again, this is much higher than the other companies that I have usually seen in the market. So these are the ratios that you should be aware of. This is like a complete study of this plan, Niva Bupa Reassure 3.0. It covered basically all the key highlights, all the roll call of all the core features. We understood the premium and we've also understood all the important claim performance metrics of this plan. So at any point in time, if you feel very overwhelmed with all the information that you're getting and all the options that are available in the market, and you've already been considering another option and now you're seeing this plan, Niva Bupa Reassure 3.0, and you're confused, I would recommend that you consult our experts on the platform. These experts are not typical call center guys, nor they are salespersons. They are real experts that we have curated from the market with real experience of minimum 5 years and average experience of 10 years in health insurance and health insurance claims. They will consult you, they will handhold you not only to find the right plan for your needs, but help you buy the plan right and help you all the way till claims, and even when you have to fight with the insurance company in case there is a dispute. Do check out the link in the description and try us out. It's free and we promise no spam. Okay, so we've completed basically understanding all the key highlights of this plan that differentiates this plan from the market. Around 6 highlights. 6, we did a quick roll call of all the core features that you need to understand in this plan. Third, we compared the pricing of all the key variants in this plan to understand what is the range of the pricing that this product offers you at. And now we will basically go through the comparison of this plan with the nearest closest competitor that it has. While Niva Bupa has been claiming that it is the first truly infinite or unlimited plan in the market, we beg to differ. There has always been a plan in the market from ICICI Lombard called the Elevate, which compares very closely to this plan and also offers the infinite or the unlimited cover that Niva Bupa has offered with Reassure 3.0. Let's quickly compare this plan Reassure 3.0 with Elevate to understand how Elevate and these plans are different. Okay, so we are not going to go through the entire comparison because all of us will get quite bored with the entire comparison. We are just looking at the key differences so that you have a good picture in the mind of what you're getting with Elevate in ICICI Lombard and what you would be getting in Reassure 3.0 with Niva Bupa. Okay, so the first difference between Reassure 3.0 and we have taken the Elite plan, so for simplicity, versus ICICI Elevate is that Reassure 3.0, the Elite plan will offer you all rooms except the suite room. But ICICI Elevate by default will offer you a private room, and if you want to choose a room above private room, then you will have to choose an add-on and pay for it separately. The add-on is not very expensive. I just quickly had checked it before we started this video and it charges around 400 to 500 rupees over the premium for the same Mr. Kumar family, right? Daycare procedure, this is the most important highlight of differentiation between Niva Bupa's plan and all other plans in the market. Niva Bupa is basically saying that we don't care about daycare. We basically are saying that all hospitalizations above 2 hours we will cover, whereas that is very different from what ICICI Elevate says. They cover all daycare procedures and they've added one more line item in their plan which says that all 2+ hour hospitalizations also covered. So it is offering a little better advantage to you over Niva Bupa specifically on this feature. The third is restoration. In Reassure 3.0, the Elite plan, your restoration starts immediately from the first claim onwards. In case of ICICI Elevate, it will start from the second claim onwards. The other comparison would be the OPD add-on. In case of Reassure 3.0, the Elite plan, like I said, you can get an OPD cover of up to 5x of the premium. So if your premium is 20,000, you can get an OPD cover of 1 lakh rupees in a year. If you compare that to ICICI Elevate, they are offering you a maximum cover of 10,000 rupees on OPD. There's a 5,000 add-on and there's a 10,000 add-on. Now, in case of the same OPD feature, if you basically go for Niva Bupa's OPD cover, which is called Well Consult, and if you offer a reimbursement facility, then you will have to pay 20% from your pocket as copay. If you compare that to ICICI Elevate, there is no mention of any copay for reimbursement claims. Next is global cover as an add-on. How is it different between Reassure 3.0 and ICICI Elevate? So Reassure 3.0, the Elite plan offers you a global cover of 10 lakhs to 50 lakhs. If you go for the Black plan, it can actually offer you up to 5 crores, right? In ICICI Elevate, you can take up to 3 crores. I think it's not up to 3 crores. If you take the abroad plan, which is basically getting a cover for global cover abroad treatment plan, then you will get a 3 crore cover on treatment abroad, right? In case of ICICI Lombard's Elevate plan, there is a limitation on the number of days you can use the global cover for. It's typically 45 days in one trip and 90 days during a year. So if you're basically traveling multiple times during a particular year where you bought this health insurance with this global cover add-on, the total travel time that you should have should be 45 days for one trip and 90 days throughout for a year, right? The The network is also different in case of global cover that both these insurance companies offer. In case of Reassure 3.0, they are saying that there is no network, you can get treated anywhere. And compare that to ICICI Elevate, it seems that they offer you a cover only in their network hospitals, right? Another important differentiation between Reassure 3.0 and Elevate from ICICI Lombard is that ICICI Lombard's Elevate gives you a global cover only up to 65 years of age. Once you cross 65, the global cover stops. This is not a restriction that Niva Bupa has put in their plan. So this is a great feature that Niva Bupa has come up with. Now we will compare the claim metrics, the performance of the 5 years, the last 5 years, and it's on a weighted average that we've done. So the earliest metric will have the highest weightage, and the metric for the 5th year would have the lowest weightage, so that we are giving all the performance that has happened recently more weightage over weightage for the claims that have happened or the performance that has happened in the 4th or the 5th year. This is something that we've done so that we look at the recency factor also, and we also average out any kind of small blips that have happened because of some exceptions. Okay, so let's compare both. I'm just going to change the orientation once. Okay, so speed of claim settlement comparison between ICICI Elevate and Reassure 3.0. ICICI Elevate has a 99.62% basically claims that get settled in the first 30 days. It's very similar to Reassure 3.0 Niva Bupa, which is around 99.68%. ICR, incurred claim ratio, for Niva Bupa is around 59.54%. In case of ICICI Lombard, it is 81.98%. Basically, ICICI Lombard is collecting 100 rupees as premium and paying 81 rupees or 82 rupees as claim. Compare that to Niva Bupa, which is basically collecting 100 rupees as premium and paying around 59 to 60 rupees as claims. So Niva Bupa, in my view, has a worse ICR compared to ICICI Lombard. Claim complaints, there's a stark difference. ICICI Lombard basically has 11 complaints for every 10,000 claims. Compare that to Niva Bupa, which has around 43 complaints for 10,000 claims, which is almost like 4 times the number of complaints that ICICI Lombard has received. Claim rejection ratio, both Niva Bupa and ICICI Lombard do not have a good ratio. Niva Bupa is at 8% and ICICI Lombard is at around 11.87%, which is almost like 12%. So ICICI Lombard is also not faring well in terms of the number of claims that it is rejecting compared to Reassure 3.0. So this is a good, fair idea that it gives you, that if you're comparing unlimited plans in the market, then what is the kind of claim performance metrics that you should look at and how both of them fare. If you look at it, most of the times, in case of ICR, ICICI is up in the game. In case of claim complaints, Niva Bupa is not faring well, so ICICI again is up in the game. But in claim rejection ratio, ICICI Lombard is not faring as well as Niva Bupa. But in my view, both of them actually are faring bad. So this is a quick summary of claim settlement performance. So let's look at the premium difference between these two plans that we just discussed, because it's important. As much as we know what we are going to get, what we are supposed to give to these insurance companies to get this plan. So the unlimited sum insured plan comparison between Reassure 3.0 and ICICI Elevate is what we will do, and we'll do it for Mr. Kumar, who is 30-year-old with his wife and 1 kid. The premium difference is huge, right? Reassure 3.0 comes at 26,000 rupees and ICICI Lombard Elevate plan comes for 46,000 rupees. That's a 20,000 rupees difference between the two plans. And Reassure 3.0 comes with so many other features that an ICICI Elevate plan does not give. Despite that, it's offering it at almost 20,000 rupees cheaper than the ICICI Elevate plan. So clearly, Reassure 3.0's premium is very, very aggressive, or Niva Bupa knows something that ICICI Lombard doesn't know for it to charge such cheap premiums. So whenever you're comparing only the price part and you see a very big stark difference between company A and company B, is one thing that you should clearly understand, that both the companies are basically catering to the same market and exposed to the same hospitalization expenses that each of these companies will look at. So if you're seeing a very stark difference, please understand that most of the times this is to garner market share, to attract customers like you and me to take this plan. In the long run, the prices of most of the plans will taper and come down to the same kind of premiums. And specifically the plans where the premiums are very low will see significant hikes in the future. So if you are opting for a cheap plan like Niva Bupa Reassure 3.0, you should be prepared for significant hikes in the future, because at one point in time, the premiums will level, because the environment that both these companies or all the companies will operate will remain the same. So here's the final recap for Reassure 3.0. The product benefits are great. We'll rate them really, really well to think through all the wish list of features that a customer will look at. The claim metrics are okayish. When you compare it to ICICI Lombard, both of them do not fare very well on the key metrics that we discussed today. So I would rate both of them equally. But if I even rate Niva Bupa separately, the claim metrics are not so great. The price, of course, is great, but like I said, it comes with the caveat that sometime in the future it will level up. Hope you got a good glimpse into what is in store with Reassure 3.0, Niva Bupa's latest plan. In case you have any questions or you're confused about anything, you can definitely write to us in the comments below and we will answer each of your questions. And if you're overwhelmed with a lot of choices in the market with so many new features coming in, you can definitely consult India's top 5% experts on beshak.org. No spam, no charges.